To my understanding, finding good solid rules is the key to accurate astrology, while at the same time, it's the search for those rules that makes it fun. It's a matter of constantly finding correspondences that make sense. What rules this or what rules that? For example, Saturn rules things that are hard, like bones, teeth, glass, sand, ice. It's also cold, whereas Mars is hot. Venus rules sugar and Jupiter rules fat. Uranus electricity, Neptune movies, Pluto nuclear power. In the context of our current president, what would be the rulership of steroids, since it sounds like this is what he's on? I would say, given that they are drugs that increase male androgens and function as a strong stimulant of what Chinese medicine would classify as yang energy, the first planet would be Mars. However, I would also add Pluto as a part ruler, since steroids came on the scene in the 1930s and 1940s after the discovery of Pluto, and since I understand Pluto as a kind of super male energy, which by the way drifts into authoritarianism and fascism, so the symbolism fits really well. I should also mention that Pluto is said to be the higher octave of Mars, which again seems like a very good fit. Notice that Trump was diagnosed with COVID in the beginning of the month, with Mars in square to his Venus-Saturn conjunction, and was soon given a strong corticosteroid, dexamethasone. The square fits with the tension of the diagnosis and the need to take strong remedial action. In this sense, squares will help, but there's never a guarantee the effect will last. You could say the square may save you, but it may also kill you. It just depends how things turn out in the end. And for that, you have to look around for other transit patterns to get answers. Now, curiously, notice that this Aries to Cancer square, Mars to the 12th house planets, almost immediately turns into a sextile trine to his sun and moon, which correlates with a period of easy energy. However, it only lasts until mid-month, and by a week later, Mars is opposing Jupiter, which could easily signify rougher sailing. And if you wait long enough, by month's end, Mars parks itself through all of November in a stationary sesqui square to his ascendant. Meanwhile, Pluto is quincunx the Sun the whole time, even as it inches forward into a simultaneous opposition to Saturn. This definitely doesn't bode well, and Saturn, in its 2-month constant opposition to his Venus, cannot help either. I'm not going to predict death and destruction here, but I strongly suspect Trump might be a little bit too optimistic about his health prospects and might want to think about resting and taking care of himself instead of plotting to go out the door to do rallies right away. And though I doubt it, should it turn out that he is indeed COVID-free by mid-month, I strongly suspect this episode has sealed his political fate. The polls are looking awful. Women who think he is a vile troll, and seniors who have come to believe he doesn't care if they live or die, have abandoned him in droves. So in that sense, getting COVID, even if he beats it, has likely killed his presidency.